Alright, what's up? Before we get started in the builder, I just wanted to say thank y'all so much for the support that I've had on my last couple of videos. It's been like, I don't know, it's just been crazy to me. I've only posted 3 videos so far, and it's already been like, I don't know, it's been really great. I live streamed earlier today, and there's still like a bunch of people that joined, and I just really appreciate it. You know, it just means a lot to me, and I really appreciate it. But for this build, there's going to be 2 different variations, one with more M1 damage, one with more tankiness pretty much. And this build is really just meant to be like a really simple, easy PvE build to make real quick if you just want to make something real quick to go do some layer 2s or like maybe even hell modes with a group. And so it's not going to be the most like tanky or most like damage dealing build in the game, but it's just really easy to make. It's really simple, and if you don't really feel like, you know, taking hours to prog a build, then I mean this is really quick, especially with Valve Thorns. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the video. Subscribe please, you know, it'd help out a lot. I'd appreciate it very much. And yeah, enjoy the video. Okay, so onto the build maker. I'm going to be running Adredian just for the autodidact and then passive Adredian points that you get after each level. But this build will work on literally any race. It is not race locked at all. Oath is going to be Dawnwalker, but you could, I guess you could, nah, just go Dawnwalker. Murmur, Ardor, obviously Origin, Deep Bounty, you can progress however you want, so the Origin is completely up to you. Outfit, Prophet's Cloak for the 20% more mantra pin, and then your bell is either going to be Crazy Slots or Payback. You can run any, in some versions of the build, or like in a version of this build, you might want to run Crazy Slots just for better M1 damage, but at the end of the day, the bell is completely up to you. I'm gonna go 6 Vitality, 6 Song Chant. If you want to play around with this for better M1 damage for some reason, then I mean, you could do that. I'm sorry that that ad played for a second. But 6 Vitality, 6 Song Chant, or you could go 6 Vitality, 4 Song Chant, 2 Proficiency. It's up to you. Boons, Steadfast, and Autodidact, and Simple is your flaw. I went Simple because I ran Valve Thorns, but you could always run like Glutton and Squeamish because those won't really affect you since you'll have Carnivore. And then for the stat progression, or stat order, the way that I did it is I ended up going into 50 Gale Breath pretty early. Like I leveled up to, I think it was 30 or 35 Fortitude, and then I went into 50 Gale Breath, just so I can go ahead and start getting my mantras early. So if you want to do that, then you can, but this is probably like, what's called, if you just Shrine of Temptation later and spin off some of your mantras, because I'm not sure if you go like this. Nah, you don't even need to do that for all, I don't think. Okay, so go 40 into a Fortitude for Exoskeleton, then go 40 into Agility for Condition Runner and Ghost, and then you'll go 15 into Strength. I think that was for Wyvern's Claw. Yeah, because you need 15 Strength for Wyvern's Claw. 30 into Intelligence for Perfect Flash and Ether Conduit. 5 into Willpower for Carnivore. 25 into Charisma for Charismatic Cast and Tough Love. Then 100 into Gale Breath just for the damage, obviously. And then this is where the build gets a little bit different depending on how you want to make it. You could go 35 into Heavy, and then you have 40 points left over that you could put, like you could distribute those points however you want. You could go 5 into Charisma so you can get Snake Oil. You could really put 35 of those points into Willpower if you really wanted to run Blind Seer instead of Dawnwalker, because I understand that might be easier for some people to get. And then you could go all the way up to 80 Fortitude if you wanted to get level 5 Reinforced to be a little bit tankier instead of taking Taunt, which is something we're going to take on this build. So really those 40 points are up to you, but the way that I did it is I ended up going to 75 heavy, and then yeah, so if you do end up running it with 35, then you should definitely run Crazy Slots instead of like a different bell. Alright, so for our talents, I already have them picked on here, but Condition Runner, just for that passive healing. Ghost, it's just makes it easier to dodge attacks. Possession is just damage. Perfect Flash, Wyvern's Claw, those are just damage. And Pen, Carnivore, that's just quality of life. You don't ever have to like actually make food, just kill stuff. Evasive Expert, Risky Moves, that's so you can get Condition Runner and Ghost. Eureka is just extra ether. Fishmet, Exoskeleton, Thresher Claws, Warrior's Respite. Warrior's Respite is optional. You don't have to take that, but I mean, I don't know, I just feel like it makes it safer for this build. And if you're making this build, you might be a beginner, I'm not sure, but, or I don't know, maybe you're not. but you might want to take this if you are, so you can run, hide, and heal up real quick. Blood Iron Spirit just for your the 5 health, and it replenishes your armor. Punishing Blow is honestly optional. I don't really notice this ever like work, so I don't know. You don't have to take that. You don't have to take it just for the fact that, you know, so you don't have to take as many rares. Speed Demon, if you run an Evan Spear over, say, like an Enforcer's Axe, or like if you can get like the Wretched Maw Blades, those do decent damage. If you're using something that doesn't already inflict bead, then run Speed Demon, but if not, then don't run it. I mean, wait, then if not, then do run it. Okay, then Scuba Drowner for the 5 health and passive agility. Kickoff, Time to Go, just agility. Vacuum Punch is completely optional. It just pulls in the enemies whenever you use Gale Punch. Actually, I think Gale Punch was something that I took off of this build because I went for Gale Trap. But for the builder, I'll just show it with Gale Punch because that's what I used whenever I was making it, and then I like later on decided to do Gale Trap. But if you want to take Gale Trap instead of Gale Punch, then do that, and then switch out. Just don't take Vacuum Punch. Endurance Runner and Scaredy Cat are just both like you just need those to get up to Condition Runner and Ghost. Grand Feast, that's just for health, tempo, all that type of stuff. Sunken Predator has good synergy with Brazen Blow, because okay, is Brazen Blow and another one, like it's just gonna make you more tanky pretty much, like in the depths at least. Let's see, Brace Collapse, I took that, but you don't have to necessarily. It's just if you get block broken, the next attack that hits you does reduce damage. So I mean, yeah, it's just like if you're not hitting, you know, every single parry perfectly, then this might help you out just a little bit. Brazen Blow, it just gives you hyper armor whenever you would attack an enemy that's like that's slowed. That's why Sunken Predator works, because it's like whenever you hit enemies in the depths, it slows them. Impairing Blow, you just take it so you can get Brazen Blow. Swift Rebound, it's still just for I'm pretty sure it's for Ghost. Charismatic Cast and Tough Love is just extra damage and damage resistance. Heavy Hitter is posture damage. Ether Blade, Ether Conduit, and Mantra Permeance. Ether Conduit is 10% more damage, and then Mantra Permeance and Ether Blade. I did not mean to take Ether Blade because you're not really going to be parrying any mantras. But these are just for what's it called? Just for getting ether back. Aftercut, damage, inhale. You want to make sure you're inhaling because that's a big part of your damage too, but that just gives you more damage. Wind Step is for mobility. Uproar, it's just like if you're just getting hit a lot, then I mean you'll be fine. You won't get stunned. Breathing exercises is just for the 5 health. Dragon Song is more ether. Full Reset is just so you can use your bell quicker. Ready or Not, just damage reduction if you get hit while you're outside of combat. Replenishing Knockout is just better health packs. Armor Conserver is just to save your armor more so you can keep that 20% more mantra pen. Apparitions and Haunted Gale Path, those are both just more damage pretty much. You don't need Grasp on Reality at all. Okay, so if you want to use this build more for layer 2s, then you could take Cap Artist and take Heavenly Wind just as like another mantra and just switch it out whenever you want to use it, and so you could ragdoll, like if you know how to do that, but it's completely up to you whether or not you take that. Spinning Swordsman, running attacks have 15% more damage whenever you have a speed boost. Obviously you want to take that. And then Warrior Swing. Oh, this is what synergizes well with Brazen Blow and Sunken Predator. It just reduces incoming damage if hit during a heavy hyper armor swing. So I mean, that's just more damage resistance. And then Haunted Gale, obviously. These are just the Dawnwalker talents. So if you go Dawnwalker, which you definitely should, then these are what you're gonna get. Then yeah, these are just the other talents. So for your mantras, Tornado, Gale Trap, Twister Kicks, and then I was supposed to include Gale Punch in here. Oh wait, another talent you need to take is Will-O-Wisp. Forgot to put that in there, my bad. But you need that so you can take Gale Wisp. Or you don't have to take Gale Wisp if you really don't want to. It's up to you, but I would say that you should probably take Gale Wisp. And I don't know why it has both of these as... I think it's because Neuroplasticity isn't on here, is it? Okay. So I'm pretty sure this should still work. because you get an extra wild card for Blinding Dawn, but I think I put Blinding Dawn on after I'd already picked both the mantras, so don't worry about that. But Gale Wisp, Twister Kicks, Tornado, I need, and then you also want to run, where is it? Gale Punch. Okay, Gale Punch, and then Radiant Dawn, and then those are your 5 combat mantras. Gale Wisp, you want to put some Eternal Log Stones on it just so it lasts longer. It's really just to keep up your Phantom Step, so you can, you know, just run faster. Really, that's about it. And then Taunt is going to be your support mantra if you don't go into 80 Fortitude, because it's really good for, it's just 10% or not 10%, it's 20% extra damage. So I mean, that's just good for bosses. Your weapon for this build, we're just going to run a 3-star Enforcer Axe, or I'm not sure if Enforcer Axe or Wretched Maw Blades would be better, because I had the option to run that. I understand you might not. We're just going to run the Enforcer Axe for this builder, because I just personally like the crit. We'll run it with 25% DVM, but usually I have around 40. But we'll just keep it for 25, because that should be realistically attainable. For your rings, you're gonna want to run a ring of casters, and then willpower, no, not willpower, intelligence, agility, and not strength, charisma. Realistically, if you're gonna be in the depths a lot, you want to run a diver's ring, or maybe you want to run like a ring of wisp. But you don't necessarily have to run these rings, just try to make sure you have high DVM rings. And then yeah, you can, if you're running crazy slots, then your M1 damage would definitely be higher, and you'll probably be able to one-shot squiggles with the crit. But this just keeps your M1 damage up a little bit, so your M1s aren't just for getting back ether. So at the end of the build, you'll have 120 extra health, and then obviously your wisp mantra slot. This isn't anything crazy, but for a no shrine PvE build, this is pretty decent. It's completely up to you what you do with those extra 40 stats if you decide to go like 35 heavy instead of 75. I could not think. I like lost my train of thought there. So yeah, that's the builder. Thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you decide to make this build, let me know how it goes. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.